Sandland, a land of sand, yeah. Hello everybody, Chris back, home from clubbing, bit all over the place, messy, or at least that's the type of scenario I would like to associate with my review today. A review of my favorite three soapy fragrances, soap-themed fragrances, where the soapy feeling is most prominent. And first of all, I'd like to say that I'm not the greatest fan. I'm not the greatest fan of soapy fragrances. I only own a few, and I very rarely wear them. And when I wear them, I kind of dress up to them, because I think soapy fragrances are something that represent the gentleman, the well-dressed, the well-mannered person that is going out maybe clubbing in the 80s, 70s, 60s, listening to the Rat Pack, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., maybe some swing, maybe some early rock and roll, or even jazz, okay? That's the type of scenario that I associate with soapy fragrances, okay? Well-dressed people, intelligent, nice conversations, well-read people, okay? And one of those people actually was Oscar de la Renta, and he had a fragrance called Pour Lui, which he wore himself. This is a masterpiece and is totally fitting the soapy, aromatic, herbal, floral category. It's very complex. It has been released in 1980. As I say, Oscar de la Renta wore it himself. It was his signature scent, and I think it's an utterly stunning, beautiful fragrance that is just very intelligently blended, not pushy, not in your face. Obviously it has been reformulated, so it may have been a bit stronger in the past, but it's still very much a pure statement of elegance and intelligence, and therefore I applaud Oscar de la Renta for creating this, wearing this, and keeping this alive. Obviously the brand keeping it alive, because this is really something that is a benchmark for elegant, aromatic, herbal, floral, soapy fragrances. Pour Lui by Oscar de la Renta. On spot number 2, and this is an elevation in this review, okay? We're going from soapy, soapier, the soapiest. So we had soapy, now comes soapier. Gomme by the Canadian designer Alfred Sung, released in 1989. Get yourself together, man. It's a review of people are watching. This is even more soapier, obviously. And the soapiness here is so prominent that you really think of cleanness. There's no sweetness, nothing around in this fragrance, just soapiness, pure soapiness, and moss. A tremendous amount of oak moss. And they rule these two notes rule the fragrance, and it's just shining for a long time. Very inexpensive. You can get it anywhere. Still being made, around for more than 30 years, and that's another sign and another proof that actually soapy fragrances still go strong and deserve to be there, and there must be a fan base for these soapy fragrances worldwide, okay? Soon on spot number 2. And on spot number 1, ladies and gentlemen, a fragrance that not many of you will know. It has been released in 1971 by the house of Gainsborough, and it's called G-Man. It's mostly available, as far as I know, as far as I've seen it, in German-speaking countries. But there is still very prominent, very much out there, this fragrance still. And this one is just an utter pure joy. By far my favorite soapy fragrance is soapy with a sophistication that is unmatched. When I smell this fragrance, I think of a gentleman that an actor, and a British actor whom I adore to no end for his genius, for his versatile way of acting, tremendous way of speaking, and just a cultural icon to me. The late great Jeremy Brett, whom most of you will know from the BBC Sherlock Holmes series that ran from 84 until 94. You have to really see a few interviews with this guy and get a bit involved with Jerry and Brett, because he's really fantastic. One of my favorite personalities, artists, actors ever. And when I smell this, I totally think of him. Why? Well-dressed, well-spoken, well-mannered, intelligent, yet a man with an edge, okay? A man with an edge, a strong personality, okay? And a strong gentleman. And by strong, I don't mean anything like big or bold or tracksuit or anything that, you know, embodies strong today. You know, the strong guys of today have nothing to do with the real strong man, the real strong gentlemen of the old days, who were strong in their will, strong in their determination, strong in their intelligence and capabilities, verbal capabilities as well, how to reach their goals, how to go about life, how to say no, how to respect other people, and how to handle highs and lows, really. And this fragrance is all about that for me. It's a tremendously complex, clean, sophisticated, soapy fragrance with a kick. This one has a kick, okay? And overall, and actually, if you want to know some information, it's been made by Juvena Troll Cosmetics in Switzerland today, but it's still out there, I can tell you. So in general about soapy fragrances, as I mentioned, I'm not the greatest fan of soapy fragrances, but sometimes I'm in the mood to, you know, to kind of go for it. And what you need to know about the notes here, how are these smoky or soapy, sorry. What makes these soapy? Floral aspects, iris, violet, blended with some herbal notes like basil, for example, very prominent basil. Lavender comes out strongly, most of the soapy fragrances, as well as in each case aldehydes. Aldehydes, why? Because aldehydes make fragrances smell clean, bright, without adding any citrus, aquatic, or other type of elements that make us feel elevated or fresh. You know, that's different. It's not fresh. It's bright. It's clean. It's sparkling. And then some of these have further floral aspects. Some of these have some mossy aspects, pine maybe in there. It depends then on the individual blend, but these are the notes and these are the ways of blending that make a fragrance soapy, okay? So that causes the sensation, and obviously the parfumeur who is blending then individually decides which note to put forward, which note to keep back, because if you for example put oak moss very much out there, it's going to dominate the fragrance. So if you put lavender very much out there, it's going to dominate. If you put iris or violet out there, it's very strong. It can be very powdery as well. Some soapy fragrances are very powdery as well. Green, you know, that's the way. But it's a very special genre. It's not very popular today, I'd say, but it has a strong following and it has a strong, classy base of fragrances that are still out there. As I say, 1980, 1989, 1971, okay, classy ones that, you know, prevailed throughout the test of time. So these are my top three: Pour Louis, Oscar de la Renta, Alfred Sung, Homme, and Gainsborough G-Man. Thanks very much. I better get some sleep, Jimmy. And I will definitely be back with more. Yo, Jimmy. Come on. Yeah, get your ass over here, Jimmy, will you?